Hello YouTube, Rubik Storm. Today is not a video. Today I'm doing a quick podcast just for the few people who are subscribed to me and the few viewers who are actually out there trying to watch some of these cool cubers. Right now I'm a nobody, probably will stay like that, but I'm going to take my luck with it. I'm just going to quickly talk about Rubik's Cubes in general, how I got my start, where I'm probably going to end up with it, and funny thing is, it was way back in about 2009 I got my start, and it was like, I know it might have been earlier, honestly. It might have been 2009. Okay, we'll start with 2008. That sounds about right. So in 2008, my friend at school got this thing called the Rubik's Snake, and to those who do not know what that is, it's just a twisty puzzle that shape shifts. It doesn't even solve it. You can't solve it, period. It just makes shapes. It's really the dumbest thing ever invented. Well, I was in 5th grade and I really wanted one, so for Christmas I asked for one of those, and that's so specific, that one, because it was the 1980s model. Well, my brother ended up buying me a standard Rubik's Cube. Well, that's where I got my start. The standard Rubik's Cube, actually, I wasn't expecting it. I knew what it was. I've played with them before, but I thought it was difficult as possible. It was not easy. It was pain in the tail, and I just wish it would be solved. But regardless to say, the pack my brother came with the solution guide. So I was on my 5th grade field trip down to Barrier Island. I was reading that a little bit. My dad was doing more of it than I was, so my dad actually did the entire cube by himself first time. So that got me a little bit interested. Well, it wasn't until the following year that I really took a jump start into it. It was around 6th, 7th grade, my friends started getting into the Rubik's Cubes. And then they were solving it ridiculously fast. 30 seconds, 17 seconds, 16-second averages, and I was like, whoa, that's cool, I want to do that. So I started solving more, and this is the time when my dad went out on business trip and he wasn't at home, so I had plenty of time. Well, I started to solve one, follow step by step, one after another, just reading the paper, and I ended up solving my first time at 45 minutes. That was a long time, but I was very proud of myself when I came to accomplish my first solve from start to finish. From there, it got faster, and progressively it got from 45 to 10 minutes, and 10 minutes to 5, and 5 to about 1 or 2. But before I got into that, it really took time because I wasn't able to do this until probably about 8th grade. So it took about 3 grade levels for me to get really good at the cube. Regardless, at the end of it was the end of 7th grade, I couldn't solve one yet. All my friends were still solving it. I just getting to solve it. I wanted to show everyone that I had a passion for them still, even though most of my friends could solve them super fast. Well, I built a Lego Mindstorm robot to do it. I found a little file online, I found a program, and I built a program that solves the Rubik's Cube in a minute 20 seconds. And to me, that was pretty impressive, and to many of my friends and classmates, that was also impressive. It was just a little robot, scanned it, did a color sensor, made a mathematical program, and I'm pretty sure it used just the beginner's method because it did about 43 moves per solve. Now, with that being said, it was definitely cool. Don't get me wrong on that. But what was the really breaking point that really pushed me over the edge for Rubik's Cube was the one morning, walked in and I was chilling with a group of guys who were just solving the cubes, and I just got a speed cube, like the first one out of the box, and it was amazing because I was just about there. I was just about ready to practice on the speed cube, and I was saying, yeah, look at this, I just solved it. And then one of the guys solving it in about 15 seconds he's like, what you up to? I'm like, I'm solving the Rubik's Cube. And I'm like, I'm going to probably try to learn F2L. And I'm like, you can't learn F2L. And that was really a major stumping point. From that point on, I actually, just up until this year, until about a half a year ago, I started learning F2L. and it's very difficult. I had in my mindset that I couldn't, but I just had to get that thought out of my head that it's whatever someone says, you just want to prove them wrong. And it's now, I've got to the point where I understand it. I know F2L, I know OLM, PLL. I memorized all the algorithms, but it's just doing it to the point where it's repetition, like it's for me for the beginner's method. Because for both methods, my time is intact, the same time, same speed, about 1:20 each one. It's just very difficult right now, I think, just because of how the brain how you have to think ahead on the cube. But other than that, it's amazing process of how I've gone from knowing absolutely nothing to proving a couple of my friends wrong that I could solve one even though they said I couldn't. And to now, which they're not my friends anymore because I've moved on, and this was middle school. Come on, middle school. Oh, give me a break. But anyways, besides that, it is a fun journey, and Rubik's cubing, no matter what, if you're into it and you're 8, 9, 10 years old, or if you're in your teens, or even if you're in your 20s and 30s, I mean, myself right now, I have probably 74, 75 Rubik's cubes, and I don't think I'm ever going to stop buying them. It's super fun. It's no different than, it's a hobby. That's all you can say it is. It's a hobby. And with 43 quintillion combinations for just a standard 3x3, something bigger, just 1 layer, 2 layers, it's amazing. Before I end this podcast, I just want to give you guys a quick sneak peek of the road ahead. I have recently redesigned my cube layout, so when I film for cubing or cube videos, it'll look so much cooler. Got a black background. I'm thinking about changing the intro and probably the logo, but I'll take your guys' input. Also, I have a plan, and that is at 10,000 subscribers, I will reveal my cube idea. And for the last, for a while, I've had this idea. It's in a red folder, and it's basically been my cube idea. Basically, I've looked through all the cube styles and cube mods and shape-shifting puzzles, and I think I found one that hasn't been done before. With that being said, for the last probably 4 or 5 months, I've been trying to design it. I've talked to a couple of my engineering buddies. I've talked to myself, my dad, my brother, and I'm very close. I'm not close, but I'm concept-wise it's close. It's physically possible because many of these cubes are very, very complex. Mine makes them look wow. So my puzzle idea is very simple, very complex though, and I've been 3D printing like mad, trying to get parts to fit it to interlock and orbit correctly, but I haven't done that correctly yet. But if I was to hit 10,000, and I believe when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I will have a working prototype, and if that does happen, I will reveal it online, or on camera. Now, even if I don't have it finalized, I will share the blueprints. I will share the thinking process of my cube, but it has to be 10,000 subscribers. Well, thanks for listening on this week's podcast with Rubik Storm. Hope you join with me next week for another very fun, very exciting podcast. Now, if you want more, please subscribe below, give this video or podcast a thumbs up, and visit me on Instagram. I'm on there all the time. I just hit 100 subscribers. It's Rubik Storm, so please follow me. Hope you enjoy.